Game number 1 of Taruk Muhammad, aka Sleeping, versus ROC, Ghazi, and Twiz. We'll probably add Ghazi and Twiz's name here instead of ROC, so people can at a glance know who's playing. Now this, I believe, is in fact a rematch. That ROC won last time and are up 1-0 as they look to try and punch themselves a ticket back into the grand final to play Alcancia. Mr. Fulltime goes live per usual. That was our go live notification today, since we are just always live streaming. Muhammad trying to see how many resets he could go for. Taruk not given the opportunity to hit a nice ceiling pinch double. Twiz will not allow him. Twiz has been around a long time. How old is Twiz? I feel like he might have been initially a youngster though when he was first on the block, but I feel like he's been around like since basically 21. Yeah, the Khalid Ahmad days. I was expecting him to be somewhere in that range. He's been good for a really long time. Taruk, heavy pop off his air dribble. Can they rewrite the script? How did it go last time? I believe it was a 3-1. If I had to get... Nope, it was a sweep. ROC and Alcancia... Oh, actually, you know what? Did these two guys play each other? What am I talking about? Sleeping and ROC have not played. It was Awawa ROC. Please, chat. Wait, that was a nasty shot from Ghazi, wasn't it? I was tabbed away. Ghazi looked like a first touch reset, maybe ceiling double. If I just had to guess based on the moment of the replay that I saw. This one sent high. Twiz gonna have an easy follow-up. Taruk just waiting behind the ball, decides to cut it and dribble it straight towards the net as opposed to going up side wall. Just needs a little bump and Muhammad should be able to finish it, which is exactly what happens. And Sleeping stay within one. MENA has always been a really exciting region to watch. The way they play is really fun. I think Alcancia is the best example of it. You swear they're trying to just score clips or freestyling. I think Dark is another great example of a guy who plays at the highest level but is like clearly out there just trying to hit the coolest thing he can hit. It just happens to also be one of the best players while doing it. Muhammad has a reset. It's gonna need Twiz to be deleted, or maybe not. It's almost snuck it behind him. He got himself deleted. As Taruk, we have found, has often been the player playing a little bit safer, ready to shadow, ready to buy time, ready to keep the ball in front of him. As Muhammad tries to get a little bit more action going, Taruk into the back corner. Nice double from Ghazi, but intercepted, and I actually thought Taruk was maybe going to go for a first touch shot. He could have boomed a full field shot potentially, but he did try and play a little bit softer, hoping for a follow-up. Minute 30 left to go. Muhammad has a great setup straight down the center of the field. Reset, flip pass one. Ghazi just barely landed in the right spot. He was coming off the back wall, and it would have been a silly one to not save because ultimately it was crossing the net weak and low. Muhammad cannot connect on a demo, so Twiz will control out of the corner. Resets, pre-flip, has a great 50 in order to not make it all for nothing, and that was a big mistake from Taruk as he just handed it over. Boost is fixed. I could see how it's fixed sometimes. I would not bet that it's fully fixed. I don't know if like longer you get into games, maybe it starts to glitch out and breaks. But when you start off, maybe it's a little bit more accurate. Muhammad wanted the flick over the top. Didn't get it. Fake. Goal line 50. Nice save. Ghazi with the back pass. That might just end this game. Twiz saving a ton of boost. Using that to get a demo and prevent any chance of goals the other way. As a little back pass gets sent straight into the ground. Game number 1 for Team ROC. This is losers finals. Winner of this match plays against Alcatia in the grand finals for a chance to take down first place. I'll be excited to see Ghazi and Twiz playing on LAN in France. What is the format of the play-in? This is something that I should absolutely know as Ghazi tries to hit a nice double. The actual part, I know how the LCQs work, and I know how you get to the final thing. I know there's a bunch of seeds based on points that basically have to also play their way in, even though they're automatically at Worlds. Qualification. Okay. Additional content. Play-in. Okay, it's just like a double elimination kind of. Ooh, wow, what a save by Ghazi. The fact that that did not go in off of Taruk's double. So Gen.G, Foot, Virtus Pro, and TSM. So basically OCE2, APAC, SSA, and NA4 will have to play everyone who comes from Last Chance in order to actually make it into Worlds. And it is essentially the same as the group stage, where 4 teams advance. Good to know, good to know. Twiz. Past 1, no goals yet in this game, as they're allowing me to look up the Last Chance qualifier format. So how do they seed the LCQ winners? Because they haven't plugged in any of them yet. Maybe it's based on their points throughout the season compared against each other. Does that make any sense? Probably not, right? It would favor the smaller regions more than it should, I would imagine. I guess not. Because NA and EU have more teams that can make it to Worlds. Gibbs explained it? Yeah, you're right. I should just go watch it. If I had to guess, it's going to be based on season-long points of whoever qualifies. Oh my goodness, Twiz will open up the scoring in game number 2 in spectacular fashion as Ghazi leaves it out of the midfield. Twiz wins the race and gets the double. Am I streaming NA Cash Cup later? Probably not. I know EU Cash Cup is going on right now as well. Actually, might even be over by now. We will do the day 3s of those brackets. Actually, looks like it could still be going on. Oh, Dignitas DQ'd. I was wondering why Dignitas didn't qualify yet. And they just did not show up to play today. Ghazi, pass 1. Really quick back up on the landing. It's a bit of a bummer to see that Dignitas ended up not following it all the way through. They did play day number 1. Hogan mode, ET. The Flying Urge Man, Tempo and Edgeby, Revsy Toxic. So there are some good teams. Dayzeers, Daylight and Raziers, I assume. Duo Onichan. Well, that makes me think of Flakes, but I'm sure it's not. Taurus and Steak. NA5 and 4 play in the playing stage. No, it looks like NA4, aka Gen G, has the highest seed. So I'm assuming they're going to play against either Mina 3 or Sam 3. But you tell me, I guess, if you watch the whole Gibbs breakdown. So the only way it wouldn't be Sam 3, if I had to guess, is if a team with 0 points ends up like winning NA. Then you could argue, okay, maybe that's the worst team because their points are the worst, so they should deserve the worst seed, even though they won in NA. Because Mina as a region has done better. So I'm just assuming that Liquipedia, if anything, we're actually locked in stone. Oh my goodness. It is an own goal pinch into your net to guarantee the loss. It's like a full team pinch too. Gen G is locked in against Sam 3. Oh, even if like a 0-point team wins in NA. So it's just based on how the region does as opposed to the individual team that wins. Muhammad is out to change car, I imagine, to try and change how this has been going. But Team ROC up 2-0. Game number 3. Until Blast tells us we don't post. Oh. Oh my goodness, almost a ridiculous double off the posts. What is going on? That was, the camera changed at the perfect time and it looked like he just demoed himself. That tripped me out. Taruk with a double demo. Forcing Team ROC onto their back foots. Mohammed trying to escape his own half by passing to himself off the ceiling. Ooh, nice flick by Mohammed. Catch to beat one and just made sure to never lose the ball from the top of his car, which is not easy to do when you need to carry it on that sidewall. Kickoff goal in favor of Sleeping. They're not giving up just yet, despite the rough go of it so far. A cheated kickoff by both teams. Plays out better for Sleeping. Is Moxie playing Stizzy soon? Hopefully we can get that set up. I'm trying to talk to Stizzy. This is why for the most part, I try to make sure that players could play them both at the same exact time, so we didn't have this situation we got to chase someone down. But it's been a bit chaotic with Moxie having Ascension Protocol, me being busy, etc. We'll get it eventually. The nuclear option from the tournament is to just not count Nupo and Stizzy's matchup, which is a bummer because Nupo swept Stizzy, I believe. But I think we'll be able to get it. Ghazi cannot break through. Muhammad gets a follow-up save as well. Then a pass out to Taruk. Now they're in a great spot to go back the other way because Ghazi has nothing to work with. Taruk faking a couple times and then floating it up to the top shelf. Muhammad is the most common name on earth. Read a book. Was that just... Did you just say it? For... I'm confused. Did anybody say anything? Is it because I'm saying it wrong or something? Or you just want us all to read a book? Muhammad with a fourth. Twiz says he wants to go next. Game number 4. Can you get a Steam sign? You lost 9,000 points if Sleeping loses. Hey, why don't you just be a believer? Sleeping is not down and out. They have just got a nice win. They even forced a forfeit out of Team ROC. It's time to believe in the reverse sweep for the sake of the Steam sign. Taruk gonna try and score with Twiz in net, and he knew just to go for a 50, keep it low. Muhammad did not allow Twiz to take a good line on the ball, and so just rolling it straight in will work. Yes, me and Drowley are in the same club. It really isn't a big deal, chat. It's really no big deal. Twiz does not want to chip this up for a couple different reasons. One, doesn't want to bring it into Muhammad, but also doesn't have any boost. So he would have absolutely no follow-up. Ghazi reset pass 1. Muhammad and Twiz able to pinch a little backflip as Ghazi leaves the net wide open and makes sure to bump as well. Director Cam has ball cam always on, but clearly Ghazi was not on ball cam here as he got this bump and the follow-up to dunk and make sure that Twiz could not get through. You lost 125,000 on a VIP coin flip and got banned for it. What are your video settings? I think an exclamation point video or something might show them. Muhammad to the ceiling. He's using the new Alpha Boost, by the way. I don't know if he was always using new Alpha Boost. What is it called? Gold Crush or something? Try to name it as close as possible, too. In this tense game as Team ROC. Oh my goodness, Ghazi able to force it through. 150 and got another. Call it beta boost. I think there was a beta nugget as a problem. There was a beta item and it was that nugget, right? Alpha. If you played the alpha, you got the boost. And if you played the beta, you got the nugget. Maybe also the alpha, you got the wheels as well, I think. Really questionable play here from Twiz. I'm actually going to check and see if he's DC'd. 12 ping, it says. Got tricked by Ghazi, maybe. Taruk to force game 5. Doesn't have anything. in the tank. Muhammad not turning in for good reason. This one, while maybe intended as a pass, didn't really make it past the midfield. Ghazi to Twiz. Nice counter. And just like that, a lead back in favor of ROC. They're trying to close out a series. Twiz with no boost to work with, but it doesn't matter when your teammate puts it in a perfect spot like that. Mohamed tap to the back wall. Ghazi can't make anything out of nothing. But it is Team ROC on offense, which is what's most important. Taruk, nice. Or actually, Mohamed did a nice job dodging a demo attempt and still getting back down for a save. Taruk passed one at the cost of being able to beat the second. Twiz just going to boom it. That gets red. Now Mohamed will set up a shadow. Able to cut off the direct pass. Instead, awkwardly lobbed slowly to Twiz. Mohamed thought about the ceiling challenge, but Taruk, I think, went early, which is why Mohamed went back down. Probably the right decision. 30 seconds left to go. If he wants to keep this series going, gonna have to find a way to gain possession, make something happen. Taruk with Twiz in net. Oh, just enough of a bump that now it is a 1v1. Taruk gets around the last defender, and it's 3-3 with 20 seconds left to go. Mohamed, a pretty important bump here. There's a chance Ghazi probably still doesn't make it back, to be honest. That was a fast enough play. But Mohamed made sure Ghazi didn't find a way back. Kickoff win in favor of Team ROC. Mohamed pre-jumping, still able to connect, despite Ghazi seeing that and doing his best to delay and get around him. Big touch from Ghazi, pop over the top. Mohamed with very little boost. Drop off to Twiz, saved! We're headed to overtime. Team ROC, one goal away from ending the series. Sleeping trying to force game 5. Kickoff was in favor of ROC, but Sleeping found a way to clear it quickly. Important comms there in that moment, as ROC were slow to pop the ball over chasing Sleeping. Mohamed passed himself, intercepted by Twiz. That's Mohamed chasing down Ghazi on the back wall. Was not able to get a demo, and Twiz gets beat. Or Twiz beats the first man anyways. Taruk pass to himself off the ceiling. Has a reset, using it for a 50. Can he get a boost steal? Should be able to. Letting Mohamed take over now. Not the cleanest setup. A 50 is the only way to force it in, and Twiz won't allow that. That net might have been open there for a second if there was a perfectly timed shot. But Taruk had backed off. Mohamed high chip. Can he make anything happen on 0? Does seem like the boost has been truthful to us here in spectator mode for the last bits. As Twiz delays his use of boost to make sure he beats out that first challenger. Ball quickly back in the orange half for them to attack again. Ghazi rolls the ball at Taruk, who wants potentially a bump or a chip over the top of Twiz. Twiz using up a ton to get back. Nice save by Ghazi. But dangerous situation. That net is wide open. Taruk, oh my goodness, not able to force it. Twiz recovers just in time. And now it's attack right back the other way. Ghazi double jump bump. It's a goal. Brutal. Swap back and forth. Felt like we were going game 5. Next thing you know, you're getting double jump bumped to elimination. It's a rematch in the grand finals.